This podcast is brought to you by Infinite Resources, a local staffing agency connecting diverse job candidates in central Iowa companies.
Amplified.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Rude Latinas,
a podcast where we share our journey of adapting from a Latino household to life in the U.S., discussing challenges, transforming obstacles, and celebrating personal growth.
Yes,
we are your hosts, Maria Rocha,
Jamie Dolar, Mariana Hernandez,
and Rocio Hermosillo. And super huge shout out and thank you to our sponsor, Infinite Resources.
Yes. How are you, ladies?
Ooh, good. How's everybody's Christmas and holidays? It was so much fun. Yeah.
Mine was good too. And we had really nice weather. Like, my family was like, we should just do a carne asada. Because it was like so nice out. I don't think we've ever had that weather.
Not gonna lie, I was complaining a little bit because I was like, I either wanted a lot of snow or a nice day with no rain.
Yeah.
So the dogs could go out and like, you know, play while there's a lot of people inside the house. But I just had to be, you know, for a little bit I had to kennel them. I was like, oh, I don't like this.
I remember when we actually would have snow. It was like a white Christmas every year until like the last 2-3 years.
2-3 years.
Right?
That's sucky. It's okay. And then it starts snowing like the day after. Literally yesterday.
Literally.
It's so exciting to have everyone back again. I know you haven't heard from us in a little bit, but that's okay. We are getting ready for what is 2024, and I want to know it all. Yeah, and I'm sure we can provide a little bit of insight to our listeners on what obstacles, what lessons, experiences did we growth, and our growth that we did in 2023.
Yeah, I think it's a great topic because I feel like right now everyone's going through that, like looking back in their year, kind of reflecting of the good, the bad, their actual transformation. Sometimes I feel like we don't sit back and really think about how much we've grown.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to share some of the things that we've all experienced that will help shape us into going into the 2024 as well.
Yeah, I think it'd be like cool to know. Tell me one thing that you want to leave behind in 2023, and one thing that like really impacted 2023 that you want to bring on and continue in 2024.
Oh,
like you want to leave your whole like.
What is
that? I'm gonna leave my old self, my old peace signs and everything else. No, geez, I didn't think you were gonna ask that question, Jamie.
That's a great question.
That is a great question. I think for me, it has been a lot of boundary setting that I have learned to do and create for myself. Respecting that time for sure, because we only have a limited time, you know, throughout the day. So really setting those boundaries and appreciating more of the smaller things in life. The time with my family, with my boys, with my friends, and just really continue to bring that into next year as well. Yeah. I think mine kind of goes with the whole boundary setting. Like what I want to leave in 2023 is like all the yeses, saying just yes to everything. You know, I'm just, especially when it comes to like family, I will say yes to help like anybody and everything, you know, and that's becomes a lot too, right? It becomes like heavy on you. And I think what I want to like continue, just, I don't know, let me think more on that one. What do you got?
Well, I was just gonna ask you, how are you going to stop yourself from saying yes? How do you thought about that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely easier to, you know, say no now that I have my own kid. You know, and I have my daughter, and it's just like, you know, I can't just like, you know, now I can say I have another reason, right? That's like important. So yeah, I think that.
Oh, for me, what am I gonna leave behind?
But did you know good? No.
I know that did it's like a lot of stuff. I'm just kidding. All learning lessons. Sheesh. trying to really pinpoint
Mhm.
something that kind of wraps it all together.
Yeah.
I think for me, and I took a big ass swallow. Sorry. I took a big swallow because I feel like 2023 has been such a huge learning lesson for myself, for all of us together, building a business, a team, you know. I would say for me, it would probably be, oh, what am I gonna leave behind? I think just that the easy way out mentality. So, for example, your brain naturally takes the easy way out for everything,
Yeah.
whatever that is, you know? That's why like it's so hard to really discipline yourself because like it's even to the smallest things where it's like you wake up in the morning, your alarm goes off and you'd rather just sleep a little bit more. Like I want to be able to just like, hey, no, my alarm went off. It's time to get up.
Mhm.
Like just even little things like that. I
Yeah.
feel like I've been a portion of my life, especially in my self-care.
Mhm.
Part of my life, I've been taking the easy way out and not really taking care of myself.
Mhm.
So I really want to leave that behind and step into 2024, really focusing on my self-care, making sure I'm okay, really 100%, so that I can show up to everyone else.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's that, and I think it goes all around with even business, you know,
Yeah.
really challenging yourself, really taking that mindset of like, no, you're not gonna take over myself. Like I'm actually going to go out there and do it because
Yeah,
ultimately,
do the
like
work,
they
yeah.
say, your biggest enemy is yourself, right? And so I think really just challenging myself to take that to that next level will be so much powerful.
Yeah, love that one.
Mhm.
Rocio?
How about you, Rocio?
Sheesh, I gotta go after that. No, I'm kidding. Uh, I love everything that you ladies each share. I think a piece of that I have taken as well, but the one that stands out for me, what I will leave behind is just not letting people who do so little for me define so much of me. And so, what I mean by that is oftentimes it's so easy to not to want to do things because of what others might think, but they're not the one living in your life. They're not the ones that are seeing the behind the scene things, you know, but I have sometimes taken their opinion really like, oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't do this, or what are they going to say, or what are they going to think? So I'm leaving that behind because again, they do so little and they're not really in my day-to-day life and really focus on what really matters, which is friends, family, and just living the best life out there. What I will say, at least moving forward and bringing with me and continue to do, is that it's okay to not have everything figured out, and it's still okay to still continue to move forward. There was so much of that happened this year that I was like, I don't know, but we're gonna just keep going. We're gonna continue.
Yeah.
And I felt that aspect in business, in just personal, with just friends, life, just everything's like, you know what? I don't know, but I'm gonna keep going. And it's been really cool to figure out that when you keep going, the end result of all of those things.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I just wanted to share is like health wise, that's one of my main focuses for next year. If you don't have health, you don't have anything. You know, it's like, ha dicho, they said something like, if you don't make time for your health now, you will when you get older. And I'm not trying to do that. I've like, this is me being very vulnerable, but I've gained the most amount of weight I ever have in my life. And it's been crazy to see. And what I believe, I haven't been changing how I eat, what I do, but maybe it's the way in which I'm handling or holding stress potentially. It's the way that I eat, maybe even how I interact socially, maybe one too many martinis every now and then. So that's going to be my main focus because I want to feel really good and I want to be that source and light for my family and for those that need me and that I have enough energy. Coming off of being sick, literally, that's what I did for Christmas. I was laying in bed while the boys went to the Raiders game, but they had a blast, so that was good. But so I think those are some of my biggest ahas from this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good ones. I like the
love
health
that.
one.
I love to hear that from everybody. I think also we forget we forget also, okay, how we're going to continue to do that. So I'm curious to know from you ladies, how are you going to assure that that's going to not stop, right? Like that you are dedicating time to not take the easy way out, or you know, that you are putting up those boundaries, you know, or Rocio, for you, like your health wise, you know, I know that's been huge for you last year. Like what are the tasks that you guys are gonna set up for yourself to make sure you guys are not gonna fall back to that old routine?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
girl, it's go ahead, Maria. I want to hear
No, I was
it.
just gonna say it happens. Like I think about like I've done it before, where it's like, okay, starting the new year, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym, and the gym is like jam packed for like 2 weeks straight, and then after that, it's like ghost town.
Yeah.
I really reflected back on that question when I was thinking about my goals too, because I feel like a couple of things. One, really understand how you work best. As I've been coaching some agents throughout this time, I really figured out how different each one of them is, and how that room for accountability and productivity looks different for each one of them. So I really reflected back and really tried to think about, okay, not everything works for everyone, but what works for me. And for me, like I have to have, like I tried to go back to the technology, but I'm such an like I have to write things down. Like naturally I have to write things down. So that's why I have tons of journals. Like I was cleaning out my room, and I have like 20 journals, and they're half like written in, the other half they're like not even used. So for me, I ended up getting like a planner. I ended up getting something that really defines my goals and writing them down. Part of that has been the help with like the people that I surround myself with, right? So I think that's the other part, where it's like, is the people on your boat have similar goals that can help you stay accountable as well as like my partner, right? I've been really letting him know like, hey, this is what I really want to do, and it would help me much more if we can have similar goals that we can work together, because it's so you
That would
can
be huge.
easily like just if one of the things I want to do is just eat healthier, like if my partner were to be like, hey, you want to go out to eat, I'd be like, yes. I just like easily would just say that. So I think for me, just writing things down, really having like tracking. And one of the things like on the business side, our coach had mentioned is a lot of people put like their goals for the whole year, right? But break them down even more, so that way it doesn't seem like tanto tiempo,
Yeah.
like break them down to 6 months or even quarterly, where it's like, where are you at? Are you on track? And just constantly analyzing those. And the biggest thing is like, if you fall back, like just get right back up. Just keep doing it. I
That's
feel
some
like
good advice, free advice that you're giving us that you probably paid for. So thank you.
literally, now that I think about
You know,
it.
listeners, you should catch that.
Yeah, all that stuff is just again going back to like I take the easy way out, like actually document and figure out where you're at. And that's what's really, it's all those little baby steps, baby habits that you're taking that ultimately end up as a big vision.
Yeah.
I love that. I think for me, if I can chime in, is decluttering. And what I mean decluttering is who is the people that you need to declutter. So going back to that leave behind analogy, decluttering, even like I have been decluttering, I would say the last month, from my wardrobe, like what actually makes me feel good, because when I feel good, I know that everything else around me is gonna feel good, and it's the energy that I'm gonna also bring about, in every room that I'm in. So decluttering my wardrobe will assure me that I'm taking the least amount of time choosing what actually fits me and what not. Like I'm just going in there and say, all of these pieces in my closet make me feel so good that I know whatever I pick is exactly what I'm gonna wear that day, right?
Love that. Can I just add that a little bit on top of that? Because I feel like year after year, I've always said that. And I always say to myself, like, I'm going to keep these pants porque me van a quedar. I'm going to lose that 10 pounds and they're going to fit me again. But did you declutter all of that and just choose what best?
It fits me.
Yeah. I love that.
I haven't gotten to my jeans part because that's the piece that I'm like, I can't come to terms on, personally. And also being grateful. I think for me, being grateful every morning for just another day, and just truly being in a state of gratefulness has really allowed me to see things a little bit more clear throughout my day, which then allows me to then set those boundaries, like, okay, today, these are my attentions, and that's everything else can either kind of move on back to the end of the line, because then I feel so much better versus just opening several tabs. We use that analogy, like kind of like a computer, you open a bunch of tabs and ultimately you leave everything half opened.
Yeah.
So using that analogy within your life will take you to that next level that you need to, the person that you need to become.
Yeah. Rosia, what about you? I know you were gonna say.
I
Rosia.
I was really curious. This is really good. Curious to see what you're going to say, Jamie. Pero for me, excuse me, it's habit, like making your habits easier. So, un ejemplo, if I'm trying to eat healthier, I start slow because if you try to do something so quickly, rapid changes, it's not going to be sustainable. So I want to have sustainable and attainable goals. So start off easy. For example, declutter, as you said, Mariana, but the unhealthy foods, the Nutella next to my dresser, it's gone. Tears.
It is not.
No, it is. I'm
I
sad.
have that.
Is just an example, making it hard to do the things that I really want. So like instead of being easy to grab coffee here, it's like, hey, all I have is tea now because that's all that's available. So making the choices so easy for you to choose that you don't have to think about it, that it just becomes instant, is how I plan and focus on doing those things. And then Maria said it too. It's like the people that you're around, let them know, share what your goals are with others, but share it with the person that's going to keep you accountable. Don't share it with the people that are going to be like, hey, it's fine. Like, it'll be okay. Maybe next week. Don't share it with them because it's going to be next week throughout the whole year. Share with the people that are going to tell everyone else that you didn't hit your goals. And then that for me is the motivation. So maybe like sharing it with my son, for example. I'm not going to let him down and tell him I'm going to do something and not do it.
Yeah.
So just having those conversations with those that really keep you accountable and want to work towards those same goals is key.
I love that. That's a whole other level of accountability with
Yeah.
your kiddos.
Yeah, don't they say that if you do something 30 days in a row, it becomes a habit?
I think it's 90 days.
90 days?
I think it's 21.
Oh,
What?
21. Is it 21
Somebody's
days?
gonna have to
Dun,
look it up.
I'm
You
gonna look it
Google
up
it while,
right now.
while I tell you guys what I want to
Yes.
take with me
Yes.
to next year. I think, and I've always known, I feel like I know a lot of people, so like my circle is huge, I can literally can't go anywhere without like knowing someone, or like seeing, it's like the randomest place, and then my wife will be like, how do you know them? And I was like, I don't know, but I know, like from years ago. But I think it's like the connections, just this past year, being involved with the Latino Trade Network and stuff, like that has just like grown more, and I love that. Like I couldn't, like, I just love meeting the people. I love talking to them, like somebody could text me right now. I was like, hey, you want to meet up for a drink? Like, yes, I do want to meet up for a drink, and a lot of people like don't like that, and I love it. Like when I used to live downtown, I would like walk to Bait Shop because I literally lived right here in the lofts. And I'd go sit down for like dinner by myself and then meet like whoever was next to me, talk to them. I could stay there for like hours, drinking, whatever. I love that. So I want to continue that, continue doing that in 2024 and just keep growing my, network. Yeah.
I love that. Your network is your net worth, right?
Yeah. Did you find the
Yes.
answer for us?
I did. So, all right. It says, is the 21-day rule true? Have you guys read that book?
No.
Oh, okay. So there's a book. It says the 21-day rule is a myth. In a study published, it found it takes an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become a habit.
All right. That's a good. Yeah.
All right,
more-
stick to it,
yeah.
y'all. It's 66 days
Mhm.
for it to become a
So wait,
habit.
so what's the one thing that what's your first habit that you're gonna do for 60 days or 66 days? Might as well put it on here. Then we can go back.
hold our whole audience accountable, help us hold
Yes.
everyone accountable. Ooh, okay. Mariana goes first.
I love it.
Ooh, I want to feel the best next year. So for me will be doing those small changes in my eating habits
What does that
for
mean?
66 days. So
Starting tonight, like now.
yeah,
Okay.
no, for sure. Just trying, I spend
Jamie.
so much money like eating out. So really cutting that back a lot, like tremendously. Meal prepping at home is something that I've been trying to do, and it's just baby steps because I tried it to go all in, like Rocio said, and I was like, okay, but what has worked for me is like, okay, eating more home cooked meals for sure that I've been seeing that has made me feel better, because I'm like, okay, I'm not spending this money when I have food at home, it's como dice mi mamá, hay comida en la casa, hay frijoles en la casa.
Now we understand that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I really want to start within me because then if it starts within me, then I can really exude that outside of me. So I love that. For me, it's just really better.
I love that.
That's so funny. Did you guys grow up not going out to eat either also?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think it's
Yeah.
why, side note, I think maybe that's why we splurge now, because
Yes,
it's like
right? It definitely is. Like literally you think about it, like we didn't grow up with like junk food either.
Mm,
Did you guys have junk food in your
No.
house?
hot Cheetos.
No. She said hot
They
Cheetos.
weren't even out yet. How long have hot Cheetos been out for? Google
Hot
that.
Cheetos have been out for a hot minute,
I
haven't
think it's
they?
fries. The hot fries has been out.
She's
Recently.
gonna
I'll be
Google
Googled
seals on
today.
it.
Got it.
What about you ladies? 66, what is the one thing you're gonna do for the next 66
I
days?
don't know. Everything like that I should give up is like stuff I love. Like lately, I used to drink Zevia because I love pop, but I used to drink Zevia, and now lately because of the holidays, we've been having like real pop around, so I've been drinking that again. It actually started when I was like pregnant. I went from having like a Dr. Pepper on the weekend because I love fountain drinks. I went from having a Dr. Pepper on the weekend to having one almost daily, and just like stuff like that. So I that up. But I should. That's one thing I should not drink for pop for 66 days. The other thing
Sometimes it's
is-
about adding, Jamie. It's not necessarily, I was gonna say, you don't necessarily need to remove something. You can always add something or want to do something for those 66 days.
Like go to the gym? No, just kidding. Walk
I was
downstairs.
you said networking was your thing, so I didn't know if you were gonna say like connect with someone new every single day or something like that,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That is a good one.
Good suggestion.
no, come back to me.
Go on 66 networking appointments straight.
Yes,
Do
I'll go
any
with you.
We might get burnt out, and then we will not gonna want to see people or talk to people.
Once a day.
No, girl, it's only
It's-
it's we connect with them. We're not going out to eat or drinks with them every day.
That's true. That's true.
No wonder you like going to those events.
Beer, yep.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I was trying to think of mine while you guys were talking. Since I want to be more in tune with my faith. So I actually was telling Mariana I ordered a Bible. It's super cute and it has like where you can write things down, highlight them and all that. So I think for me, it'll just be reading the Bible every day and just starting to learn and understand and connect with myself on that.
So that would be a good one. Read
Love that.
the Bible every day for 66 days.
Yeah. Or even a book too. I finally found all of my books.
Send me the link to that.
Yay!
Bible order.
Send it to you. It's called She Reads Truth. Something like that. Yeah, it's super cute. But yeah, I would say that would be the Bible, and then just we've been reading really good books, started to read really good books. So I want to keep that going for 66 days.
Actually, I'm gonna steal something from that I thought of a good one. So we read to Gianna like every day or try to, but they say you should read 5 books a day. you
Oh,
know, and I
wow.
don't always read 5 books a day, you know, like I'll just like read 3 at the end of the night if I don't get time in the morning.
Mhm.
But maybe read her 5 books a day for 66 days.
Oh, that's
Be
a
more
good one.
consistent with it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I love
I
that.
love that.
Mhm.
What about
You'll
you,
have to ask
Rocio?
her the way
Uh,
to get it.
I'm like, shoot. I'm gonna start off with no chocolate and drinking water. So I'm gonna buy a nice cup that I actually like. That's just gonna make it easier for me so I can carry it with me and have all just drink it consistently every day. So you're supposed to drink half your weight. I don't know what that is right now, so I'll check what that is in ounces and then I'll report back.
Ooh,
That's a good idea.
So we should put it on our, like a reminder maybe, that we can check back in and stay accountable to each
66
other.
days.
I'm gonna
We'll
send the
check it.
text, be like, done.
We used to have these things, and I'm sure we still have it at home, but it's like a rubber thing, and it goes on your cup, and then it has a little thing, and it blinks, and when it blinks, you drink.
Interesting.
Oh,
Like a
neat.
game? That's cool.
But it could tell you're drinking because of the, you know, you're picking it up
Yeah.
and doing the motion, I think.
You know what helps me,
It's just-
Rocio? I have an app that if you have your watch, it tells you, hey, did you drink water? And you can start logging it. And depending on like how much you need, it'll start filling your whole body up. So for me, it was like
What?
it helped me because I'm like, oh shoot, I'm almost done. I just gotta drink another cup or something.
But
like that.
the hard thing about that is if you have one of these, you don't know how much you're drinking. you
Well,
know?
it doesn't say, isn't that 40 ounce?
That's 40 ounce, but how are you gonna log?
Oh,
Yeah.
it tells you, you can put ounces.
Yeah, but how are you gonna know how many ounces you drank, is what I'm saying.
Well, you would want to finish that up, right?
And then log 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then log 40.
But then if I drink like tanteando, like I think I drink
Wait,
That's
half.
what I got a measuring cup in my bag too.
stop.
Just kidding.
Oh my
Stop
gosh,
it.
do you really?
Or get me a little drug scale and measure.
For-
That's what I was thinking.
We take it one step further.
You just have to cross the line. No, just kidding.
That's funny. Well, I'm excited. I feel like a lot of our goals are really. I'm glad we're sitting and talking about this because again, if you have no goals, where do you know where you're going? You know, so like we
Mhm.
challenge our audience to really sit down before the end of the year, even during the beginning of next year, like what are those goals that are feasible for you and realistic? Because I think those are huge to get you going. I feel like time flies by so fast
Yeah.
that before you know it, it's like, shoot, it's 66 days and I gave out 30 days ago.
Yeah.
So keep track.
Before we log off, what's one thing that like really hit you this 2023? You guys know mine.
Hit me.
Oh,
Like, hit me.
Yeah. Like for example, mine obviously life changing.
Yeah.
Something. Mine was having Gianna, you know.
Aw.
I ate healthy for 9
Oh.
months. Cause I was sick with her, but yeah. I
Mm.
was pregnant, but having her, I think definitely is gonna change me. It's already made me like, I still log on and work and stuff, but it's definitely made me take a step back. Cause like when she's awake, I put my phone down. You know, like I catch myself like, I went from like, you know, always trying to be connected on the computer or this to now like she's awake. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna like talk to her, you know, like,
Yeah.
yes.
so that was huge for me.
I love
Yeah,
that.
that is huge. Oh.
The first thing that came to my mind was what really hit me was when we lost Chase unexpectedly.
Mhm.
That one was really tough and it also gave me such he's just
Can you tell us
such a
what Chase is
blessing.
for our listeners?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Chase is my dog. He passed unexpectedly over the summer and we had to put him down. And so he really taught me one of, I think, my biggest life lessons to this day. And it's just to love unconditionally, no matter what. They show the purest form of love.
Yes.
They ask for nothing in return. So I think that was my biggest one for this year.
It's a good one.
We love you, Chase.
Yeah,
Yes.
this episode's for you.
Yes.
Yes, in doggy heaven.
And doggy
Doggy
heaven,
heaven.
yeah.
Maria?
I know,
We
like,
can
it's
think
so
of it. If
I'm
we
like,
think of anything right now,
oh.
we could always let her come back to it
Yeah.
next episode.
shoot, I think for me it happened recently, and I think it helped reflect the whole year. And I briefly had told the lady, so I hadn't gone back to my hometown in years, just because one, we've been busy going other places, and then just and it had been such a long time, but we went for 2 weeks, and I hadn't taken a vacation that long for a while too. So during that time, I was able to spend more time with my mom and really connect with her. And I felt like it just, like, there were certain conversations her and I had that I'm like, oh my gosh, like, my mom has everything that she needs, you know, her family's here and
Yeah.
everything, but she feels really lonely. And I'm just like, shoot, like, reflecting back, I'm like, I've spent so much time working, but also being maybe not as productive as I should be, that it made me reflect, like, I want to spend more time with family. I want to spend more quality time where it's like conversations versus, like you said, like being on your phone. Like, we naturally, like, when I'm hanging out with family, I'll be on my phone and I'm like, wait, I'm not even listening.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just being more present and more like actually listening to understand versus just to answer.
Yeah, that's true.
And just spending more time with family. I think de un día para otro, nada es prometido, and like, you know, it's just, I think for me, it's just that being more present with family, even with friends, with anybody that I'm with, and really just like pausing in the moment and living in the moment.
Yep.
Versus just fast paced, and it's like on to the next, on to the next. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
take your time, you know?
Yes,
Ooh,
I love that.
I have two. So one is really pushing the limits to the potential that I have. And then the second one is the letter that I wrote myself last year on a year-end retreat.
I need
Opening-
that, by the way. I need mine.
Oh yeah, we do have yours.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like that for me was like, holy cows, like some of those I didn't reach, and it's still so important to me, but it's like, what are you gonna do to make sure that you're gonna do those? And one of them was spending time with my mom. Like one of the things that I put in there was like, hey, you still have your mom with you.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, oh, like that hit me hard, because it goes
Yeah.
back to like, Maria, we're so busy with all these other things that we forget to really truly be present and spend time with, like our parents, for example, that are still
Yeah.
alive. So
Yeah.
for me, that is something too, that even if it's like a Sunday brunch, or she loves going to church, so spending that time with my mom and really just going to, like, that's the one thing she asks of all her kids is just come to church with me. And so that's one thing that I have started implementing, and I hope to
Nice.
continue to do that, so she can
Yes.
have that memory,
Yeah,
you know,
love
and I
that.
can have that memory with her.
I love that.
yay.
When you say, like, you know, the whole mom thing, every Christmas is when I really start thinking about all that you're talking about, how like we still have our mom, you know, and how we're so lucky, is because she makes the tamales for everybody, you know. And I was like, cuando se vaya, we're not gonna have tamales. And she makes such good tamales. Like, she makes like close to 200 every year, because people love them, that they'll be like, hey Kelly, can you make me, you know, tamales, because they're amazing. And I'm just like, okay, I need to learn how to make them, you know, to keep that going every
Yeah,
Christmas for
I
you.
love that.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh.
Huh.
then
Well,
you can
on
share
that
the rest.
note, good episode, everyone.
Yes.
Love hearing all that.
Yes. I'm
Cheers
super
to
excited for next
2024.
year. Yes, exactly what I was about to say. And here's my fake hat. Yay!
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, love our
little.
hats.
We hope you all have an amazing New Year's, and we'll see you guys next year.
Yeah, see you next year.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Infinite Resources, a local staffing agency connecting diverse job candidates in central Iowa companies.
Amplified.